Hey everybody, Radaman here for another episode of Kenshi. So, I have done some thinking and I'm sort of changing my mind about the speed at which I want to take this playthrough. So my original idea was to try to craft as much armor as I could, but I think instead what I'm going to end up doing is putting everyone to work to try to earn as much money as possible, as fast as possible, still while getting all the blueprints available and getting everyone armored up so I can start picking fights earlier. And then I also realized that Molly here is an Scorchlander, not an Ashlander, this isn't Morrowind. And maybe I should put her on weaponsmithing. And the armorsmith and weaponsmith initially would be to make some cash, but then eventually would also be used to supplement some weapons, and you know, there's good reasons to keep them working on that for money purposes. So what I am doing right now is trying to make a quick buck, so that Rhadamant, let's fix this. Rhadamant over in the other town up in Mongrel can possibly buy some armor, and then I'm going to check the armorsmith here as well. I want to get everyone decently armored up as fast as I can so that we are able to push ahead with some combat. So let's see. I think I like the black plate jacket as a uniform, and I'm aiming to get everyone pretty much wearing the same stuff. Here's some leather pants that I'm going to buy, and armor hood. 2 of them. I think I'm going to sell some of the fabric because that's pretty easily sourceable, whereas a helmet is not, just to free up some room. And I think the only change in clothing might be that the here's a leather turtleneck. Go ahead and sell my old one. Yeah, I am spending money much faster than I'm making it, but this is all so that I can get into combat sooner. Plated long boots is a blueprint I'd really like. Long boots, I think, are pretty easy to craft compared to the real armor, so I can definitely craft up my own pair of boots. I think I am done here in Mongrel, so I'm going to head over to the hub. Actually, the hub doesn't really have very much. Blister Hill? I forget exactly. I think it's here. A town that would not be friendly to the Shek, but Rhadamant can walk on in, no problem. Trying to maximize the amount of space I have here. I might have done all that I can. And then Chung here was heading to the other armorer. Not that I have a lot of money, but I'm curious what they have left. Now, I was looking for an armored hood, but I'm gonna need some... Okay, Chung, are you having trouble? Let me... Sometimes buildings don't load all that well. This game is so, how to put it? This game tries to do so much all at once that sometimes things don't work quite right. I'm not saying it isn't amazing. I honestly think it's amazing, but bugs will be found. Alright, so they have a Drifter's leather jacket. Which is something I'm going to buy for green. I can barely afford it. So he better be... Yep. He better be appreciative. And I'm going to put Chung back on the... Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to set my prisoners free. Because... I'm probably not going... Nope. I guess they want to fight. Well, the dock is in. Good job, guys. Because I'm not likely to have a town while to the point where I can use these prisoners. The problem is these prisoners do have some nice stats, but I'll find new prisoners. It won't be that much of an issue. All right, where is Radamant? Radamant is at the Holy Mines. So we'll go ahead and get rid of these prisoner cages. And then instead I'll put up a armor storage. Can't pick that up because we don't have room. Shrike here. I want to, repeat queue of the armor smithing. Let's set her to heavy armor. And then Molly here, I'm going to queue up a bunch of iron clubs. Yeah, I'll just repeat queue because she is a Scorchlander, and as such, she is the right pick for weaponsmithing. So we'll train her making cheap and easy to make weapons, and over time she'll get better at that. This dust boss is playing dead. Let's pick him up and throw him out of the home. I wasn't aiming to kill you, buddy. Just wanted to get you out. I don't just letting you go. In fact, I'll do one nicer. He does no longer have his bounty, so let's first aid him. See, look at that. You don't need to play dead. Oh, this other one's dying. A little bit of medicine training there. And then one thing I need to put in would be armor storage, so that I can start cranking out armor and not having to worry about it. So armor storage. Ta-da! And this takes one building material, which, if I can find the box from below, I already have. Ta-da! Now, at the moment, I am not manufacturing my own iron plates, something that once I have a town, I'll absolutely do. But for now, I can just buy it. The training that I'm getting off of training a weaponsmith is worth it, in my opinion. Alright, now Chung should be back on... Yep, there he is. Back on craft duty. Radamant ought to be... I should have probably checked on him. Oh, he stopped. Come on. Start moving. Pathing is being a little dumb. No, I'm not with the... There we go, I discovered Blister Hill. I can actually probably start to afford to buy maps. Who are you? Are you outlaws? Escape servants. Now, one of my long-term goals might be to actually fight... fight some of these holier-than-thou xenophobic racists. Obviously, that is a lofty goal, that they're some of the toughest enemies in the game. But let's just say my desire to do it exists. As a... I wonder if they'll get offended. Oh, I can't put the bed in that close. Yeah, I'll just sit around. There's got to be a chair somewhere, right? Some sitting place. What is with the city with no benches? How is there no benches? All right, just stand around. Yep, that's boring. Now Molly here is going to need some additional iron plates soon. But her weaponsmithing is going up with the racial bonus and all. So, to sort of mark the goals that I have, I hope to get a decent set of armor on my starting 10. Why 10? Because I can very easily scroll through it 1 through 10. Ooh, Ruka's getting hungry. Chung, let's go remedy that. Bring some things to sell. And trade for food. No point in starving our people out. That would not make me a good leader. Alright, now Ruka, go eat it. Oops, wrong character. And let's go buy the food again. I think it's this is a little too far to sell from the box, which is why I'm loading Chung up with some stuff. He obviously could use the thief's backpack that's in storage, but oh well. Alright. Time to head back. Put the food away. And the daily grind continues. Now that the stores are open, I will sell off what I can. Even the armor plating, because I can craft it. And that gives me a nice bit of pocket change. I'm actually going to buy some maps here. Bad Teeth, Holy Mines, World's End, Territories. Okay, well, that was not that expensive for finding a bunch of locations. So when you do maps, when you look at maps, you can mark out where things are. So I found Blister Hill from memory, but here's some other, the Stack, which is pretty close, a good trading spot, Bad Teeth. This is the sort of Holy Nation, and then the Northeast, which I will head to eventually. So Radamont is here for trade, for armor and blueprints and stuff like that. And I'm definitely not finding anything of that nature at this store. Now, I got to be careful who I talk to and what I say, because these guys are a little fanatical and a little trigger happy and a little racist. You know, it's like an empire of Cliven Bundys. All right. Oh, yeah, what am I even doing here? I forgot. These guys sell not really anything. Okay, time to leave, and actually I'll go back to Mongrel for some armor. Chung, let's have you check the armor smith. And then, once Radamont rendezvous with the rest of them, I'm going to go look for some fights. Drifter's boots, but no plate boots. Alright. Clothing. I could buy the leather pants. There's some plate boots. Shoddy armor hoods. Gonna pass. Okay. Of course, Chung won't be the person that wears that armor. That is not for him. We're still working on some black plate. Ronalon's about a quarter of the way to Mongrel already. Making sure no one's... Oh, Mew's hungry. Oh, they're getting attacked by a bunch of hungry bandits. Ooh, more than a bunch. Okay, let's have them all rendezvous to a central location. A tactical retreat, we'll call it. And now the town guard is going to get involved. Because I didn't want Beep to get too wounded, or anyone else for that matter. You might be hungry, but you sure ain't smart. Oh, they want to do a bag check on Kang? I'm standing around. There you go. Every city has their own things that they find illegal. Oh, you two are not... Hold still. Ruka, hold still. Alright, Crumble is just not even going to bother healing you if you don't hold still. See, he was going to... Splint your injury? Okay, you don't have a splint kit. Well, that's my fault. I'm going to cancel everyone's jobs and have them come rendezvous here for a little bit of healing. And then I probably screwed up Radamont's trip to Mongrel. I probably told him to turn around, so let's not do that. And then any person that is not wounded or hungry, I'll turn their jobs back on piecemeal. But I don't want, I didn't want a bunch of hungry or wounded people out there. You can eat, Mew. You have food. Oh, you're... There we go. You finally ate it. Hobbs, job's back on. Ruka, job is off. Mew. Hamet, job back on. Crumble, we'll have you heal a little bit. Kang, you're fine. Beep, you're definitely not fine. And Voth, you're definitely not fine. Well, half of our workforce is down. But even getting beat up has its perks. Oh, you are aimless. Come on. There we go. Says it's still aimless. There's the move order. He's not a slow character, so shouldn't take too long. Shrike ran out of armor plating. And I don't have someone making armor plating full time. I actually might make Doc do it. Although I really don't have any interest in making him better at armoring. So, on second thought, maybe not. But what I will do is have him replenish the stockpile of stuff. I don't know why I put the armor plating down here. Obviously, eventually, when I have a real base and all that. I'll have to lay it out intelligently, because this is far from intelligent. It's kind of just strewn about. Oh, what did I just do? I don't want to talk to you anymore. I'm putting the iron plates away. It's strewn about and laid out poorly. It was always intended to be temporary, but it feels a lot more temporary because it is just so haphazardly constructed, with not a lot of foresight into intelligent layout or anything like that. Well, we did manage to buy some additional armor plating, which will keep Shrike going for a little bit longer. But I think I would want a Scorchlander to do the smithing here, and we only have 2 of them. Oops, someone's getting attacked. Oh, Radamont's probably just getting chased from Fogmen. He ought to be able to outrun them all, so no issue there. Voth. Crumble, you can go back to work. Now, an actual bed would heal us much faster than a camp bed. It's the difference of ×4 to ×8. So that's definitely a goal of mine. I was seeing if I can't reorder this, and I can. Perfect. In fact, let me do that for these guys as well. Ideally, I would have the really good combat up front. Voth, Green Beep. Okay. It's not an order of necessarily importance or anything. It's just people that can take a hit are up front, the sort of tanks, and then less tanky, less tanky, less tanky. It's the order of endurance. Of course, probably Kang should be in front of my main character, but my main character is not going to take a back seat to anyone. This is his faction. This is his story. Well, we're back here in hopes to find plated longboot blueprints. That errand has proved to be more difficult than I had initially anticipated. And again, nothing but drifter boots. I could settle for drifter boots or just buy what I need. That is always a possibility. Just because I'm interested to try to get into combat quickly. So let's get some pants. And because I don't want to go an entire episode with no combat, we'll have Radamont return home and go to pick a fight. And then Chung here will trade off all I have to sell and check the armor smith here in Squin. Oops, there we go. Nope, sell. I keep misclicking. Alright, this is not working out the way I wanted. I guess I can drag it. Oh, we don't even have more ore yet. That is all the money I'm going to be able to scratch out. Now, one thing I could do is have a specific character set to be a tank. There is a taunt mechanic that I might take advantage of. Nope, no boots. I might just be talking to the wrong people for the boots. They don't even necessarily have clothing I'm interested in. I could just buy some leather shirts, but I'd rather have the turtlenecks. I'd rather have everyone wearing the same. It's easier to know, to keep track of everything. But now that I'm down here, let's get some food. That will be one of the nice things about getting a town is... nope. Probably some fogmen looking to mess with him, but he's already outrun them all, so... Fogmen are... I'm actually not exactly sure what the lore behind them are, but I've always thought of them as hivers gone mad. I'm probably wrong, so correct me if I am, but yeah, they're cannibalistic hivers, is the simplest way to put it. Alright, what are you cranking out now? Standard grade? Ooh, high grade. That's nice. Starting to get some actual armor. One thing I could do is give Shrike Chung's sleeveless long coat so that any armor that she makes goes into the box rather than on her first. So here's the real question. The real question, the big question, the $64,000 question is where to set up a base. Now, I was thinking one of the sort of easy-ish areas, I should call it, is the Fog Islands, because all you have to deal with is fogmen, and they're relatively naked with iron clubs. There's a lot of them. They're swarmy, but they're manageable. And the advantage of that is there is some good food there that you can... Oh, I forgot. Ranamon's basically full to the brim. You can... It basically supports a lot of crops. So you can have a blossoming farming business if you want. If I remember correctly, it is green and arid, but no swamp. But yeah, if you have any suggestions for me, I'd love to hear it. The sort of idea, I went into brief before about this, but the sort of idea behind places to settle is the places that can support a lot of green crops are also dangerous places to be because they're highly sought after. So they're either inhabited by, you know, patrolling angry enemies, or, you know, there's no free lunch, is I guess what I'm trying to say. And as such, I'd have to pick a place that I could manage the threat reasonably. And it's possible that the ideal is the Fog Islands. But if you have a better idea, drop me a line, because I am curious what you all have to say about that. So I do have sets for roughly 4 here, which is pretty good. So these 3 are going to come, and then green's going to come, and we'll have them get outfitted. Helmet, oh, it's really crappy jacket, though. The flared helmet isn't bad. I might... Oh, I don't think green can wear that, though. And let's give you the plated long boots. And better pants. Now, the coverage on this... Oh, well, this is shoddy, so it's apples to oranges. Alright, helmet, you are all set and equipped. Yeah, can't wear this helmet. Can wear the hood, though. But the hood has a negative crossbow effect, so I think I'm going to skip the hood on him for now. Actually, we're giving him this armor, which doesn't cover the right arm very well, but allows for... better crossbowing. Okay. Green, you are nicely armored up. Go back to work. Kang, you're next. You had shoddy pants. You can get some nicer stuff. And then go back to work. And then Ruka, you are last. Don't have the pants for you. We'll give you the shoddy grade. And we'll just have to approve that. Okay, and back to work. And I realize I'm actually just about out of time, even though I wanted to get a little bit of combat in. Which is too bad. So I'll probably have to call it. But what I'm trying to do is get them all reasonably geared out so that I can get some action in for you all. So let's... I really find it funny that his name is REI. That turned a quick $1. And we have roughly 4 out of 6, or 4 equipped with 6 left to equip, which shouldn't be that bad. I could probably get that done and pick some fights with local dust bandits and whatnot next episode. So thank you all for watching. If you have any feedback for me, I'm definitely looking for it. As I said, if you have a lead on a really good place for a town, I'm all ears. And I hope you tune in next time. Adios, and thanks for watching.